Welcome to Jack Pine Lumberjack Shows. We met Mel and Shannon with Freedom Odyssey, YouTube, and TikTok working at Mackinac Mill Creek Campground in Michigan. On our day off, we decided to check out the Jack Pine Lumberjack Show.
That was terrible. You guys do know you came to a lumberjack contest, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and we have two professional lumberjacks that are going to come out here and compete against each other. Now they need to know you're excited, because if you're excited, they get excited, and they're going to chop, saw, climb, and log roll that much harder. So on the count of three, we want your loudest, your rowdiest timber. We want you to throw small children up in the air if you got it. And everybody on the count of three, nice loud timber. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Much better. All right, I'd like to welcome here to Jack Pine Lumberjack Show. My name is Dan McDonough. I'm going to be official judge and scorekeeper of the contest. Back in the late 1800s, the lumber barons from out east looked to the Great Lakes states of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and our home state of Michigan for the virgin white pine timber stands. They wanted to log these trees because our nation was having a great explosion of growth, and they needed the lumber from those trees to help make that happen. So in the fall of the year, they'd send anywhere from 5 to 200 men up those old fur trading route, and they'd work all winter long, 6 days a week, from sunup to sundown. And then come the spring, when the ice would melt and the rivers were at their highest stage, they'd literally use those rivers as highways to drive those logs down to the sawmill towns. Now once you got there, you had all these different logging camps there, each one claiming they had the best chopper, sawyer, log roller. So sooner or later, you're going to have a contest to find out who the best is. And that's what we're going to do for you here this evening. Now to make it interesting, we're going to divide you up into 2 rival logging camps. Yeah, you got to figure it out. Cheer for one guy, boo for the other. Are you guys a couple back there? You guys are a couple? Perfect. We're going to split you up right down the center. That's going to make the ride home more interesting. The other line, everyone left-hand side, you folks are cheering for the Mill Creek Logging Camp. I got a feeling all the hot air is over here, so bring him on down. You folks are cheering for the Mackinac City Logging Camp. Let's get some lumberjacks out here so you got something to cheer for. Now both these men are iron jacks. That means they can compete in all the events in lumberjack sports. When they get down here this evening, you're going to be pretty impressed, I can guarantee you that. First lumberjack, Mill Creek Camp. This is his second year competing here at Jack Pine Lumberjack Show. He just graduated from Paul Smith College in upstate New York. Let's hear it for Owen Probst. You're a lumberjack on the Mackinac City Camp. This is his 10th year doing shows here at Jack Pine Lumberjack Show. He's been doing this since he was 7, 8 years old. He's going to come out here and try to win all the events for you folks on the Mackinac City Camp from Mackinac City, Michigan. Let's hear it for Dakota Robarge. Men will stand on top of these aspen logs. They'll chop halfway through. They'll turn around and chop the backside. First man to get that log cut in two will earn the point for his camp. How many think Dakota can win it over here for? We don't care. You can cheer, you can boo, just make some noise, get behind them, help them out. The camps are ready. The choppers are ready. 1, 2, go! How many cheers for Dakota? How many times it's going to be on? All right, let's see. Owen has 8. Choppers are ready. 1, 2, go! Man with a disc on the ground will be the winner. Camps are ready. Sawyers are ready. 1, 2, go! All that's going to hold them up there, a little lip on the end of that shoe. When you place that board in that notch and you stand on the back of it, it gets driven into that upper cup. Now once you're on top of that board, sometimes 2 or 3 boards high, if you're 3 boards high, you're going to be 9 feet off the ground. You had to have the ability to chop both right and left-handed. Think about it, you're standing on top of a board, you can no longer run around that tree. And that's what our men are going to do here this evening. On the word go, they'll place the springboards into those notches. They'll get on top of those boards. They'll chop about 3/4 of the way through. They'll turn around and chop the backside. First man to get that log cut in 2 will get the point for his camp. You guys are starting to fall behind a little bit over here in the Mill Creek camp. How many want to see Owen win it over here? Owen's having a great night. How many want to see him make it 4-1 for the Just like in the standing block chop, when you start to see those blocks wiggle, we want you to yell timber, and we want you to yell it loud. Help them out back there, let them hear you. Camps are ready. Sawyers are ready. 1, 2, go! All right, gotta get those axes up there. There goes Owen. He's up on his first board, trying to get that second board in.
Oh my God.
Owen's trying to move along. All right, they can hear you. How many cheer for Owen?
Are you? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, Chipper!
Over here. Start. Right now you guys will be behind by a few, but it's possible to catch up if he can win this event. How many think Owen can do it over here? How many cheering for Dakota over here? Climb up and down, you cheer them on. First man to hit the pad will be the winner. We have some lumberjack pole climbing music courtesy of Metallica. All right, camps are ready. Climbers are ready. 1, 2, go!
There was an intermission so the Lumberjacks could catch their breaths. It gave me some time to check out the grounds and see the amount of damage in the form of wood chips these guys were able to do in such a short amount of time. A quick stop at the concessions for some snacks, then back to our seats for some more action.
You've been pulling them the whole time. How many want to see them pull in? All right, folks, you don't have to do anything but cheer them on, give them a laugh, because eventually one of these guys is going to get wet.
Oh my God! Wow!
Somebody put the cold to shake on. Hey, get out.
Look at that cardinal. Big part for him.
Yep.
Everyone will tell you five we win it. How many wants to win it over here? All right, that's great. This works out well because we get to do our world famous tiebreaker. Want to know how this goes?
Yeah.
One guy takes off. Shoo! If he makes it, the other guy hops on. He's going to go. If he makes it, the other guy comes back. The other guy comes back. The other guy goes. The other guy goes. Until somebody falls in. It's sudden death. So as soon as someone falls in, it's game over. Our record in the tiebreaker is 16 runs. After 3 or 4, that pond is boiling. The logs are all over. It gets crazy out there. Now, this is sudden death. They could fall in on the first one, game over, or we might break the record. So we're going to find out today. Owen's going to go first. So you got to cheer for him right now. How many people? Over here? We're going to go until somebody falls in. You just cheer and cheer and cheer and then start laughing. And every now and then a log would get turned sideways in the river. It would create a log jam. All the other logs would start piling up on that one log. And then the river drivers would get out there with tools called pike poles and PVs. Now they literally stand on the top of that log jam out in the middle of that river and they start rolling those logs off one after another until they got down to the key log. Now the key log was the log that was causing the jam. And then the best man in the camp would stay out there. He'd right that log in the river and then he'd ride that log down the river. He had no place else to go. If he made one mistake, slipped and fell in the water, there's a good chance he'd either be crushed or drowned.
Oh.
These men were highly skilled at what they did, and they were the highest paid men in the logging camps. They'd make anywhere from $1.50 to $2 a day.
Jeez.
They're still waiting for a raise. Anyway, once they got to the sawmill towns, every little sawmill town throughout the Great Lakes region would hold a log rolling contest. And then in 1898, we held our first log rolling world championships. And the rules are pretty much the same as it was back then. It's going to be the best 2 out of 3. They can't cross that red center line. They can't touch their opponent. Other than that, anything goes. Best 2 out of 3. We're tightening the game up. How many think Owen can win that first fall over there? How many cheering for Dakota to win it over here? We have a traditional log rolling song we've been playing for the last 100 years on this iPad. We're going to keep playing it. We're going to ask you folks to put your hands together and help them out. Yeah! whoever wins this last event will be crowned the Bull of the Woods. So while they're getting all their, oh well, first let me tell you this about this log rolling or birling. This is the hardest event in lumberjack sports. Have you ever heard that expression, as easy as falling off a log? Yeah, I guarantee if you step on that log, you find out where that came from. Now we got an amateur log rolling program here. We started it, the first year we started, 18 years ago. We got about a dozen local kids that come down and log roll. Our youngest ever was Gavin. He was 3.5 years old. He's been rolling for 12 years now. He's pretty good. But if you guys are ever around on a Tuesday and Thursday, starting on June 24th, come on down. We'd love to have you try. When we get some new kids, we'll take that log, that carpeted log. We point it out, and we stand in the water. We hold the logs. The kids hop on. We let go. They fall in. But after an hour, they'll figure it pretty amazing. So if you guys ever get a chance, once in a lifetime, we'd love to have you try it. Okay, we've gone over the score. We're all tied up. Winner of the next event gets to be crowned Bull of the Woods. We're going to grab their throwing axes. They need to throw 10 points. 2 bullseyes, 10 points. If they don't get 2 bullseyes, they got to keep throwing and throwing until they get 10 or more. Our third and final event involves the misery whip. The first man to get a wooden nickel on the ground is going to be our winner, our Bull of the Woods, the best man in the camp. And you guys make great camps. You see kind of something epic. Very seldom do we go 4-1 and get it back tied up. So you guys got something to cheer for. How many think Owen can win it over there? For the over here in the mountain. All right, camps. For the last hour, they chop, saw, climb, log roll. Stay with them all the way through. Camps, are you ready? Yeah. Camps, are you ready? Yeah. 1, 2, go. All right, help them out.
Rubber trees are falling there. I'll be
Who's going to get a bullseye first?
5 a.m. my breakfast fix.
Yeah, it was.
That's worth 1. What did you call again? He's got 9. He's got 9.
Yay!
Oh, wow.
All right, help him out. He's just trying to Okay, if you had a lot of fun, be sure to tell people about it. Get on Google, Facebook. You guys know how to do it. You'll log on. We have one tradition here at Jack Pine. After the show, we invite you down. If you got a frisbee, a chair, a disc, you want to grab a wood chip, fill your pockets full of sawdust, we don't care. Guys have Sharpies, so sign in.
Owen did a great job, but our Lumberjack Dakota was overall the victor of the day. We had a great time at the Jack Pine Lumberjack Show. If you're ever visiting Mackinac City, Michigan, you won't want to miss it. If you've enjoyed this episode, check out our Gypsy Crossroads YouTube channel, where you can find hundreds of videos and shorts that share our adventures with you. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's more than the destination, it's the adventures along the way.